Wanted to do a friendly reminder that over 5,000 games released on Steam this year didn't make enough money to recover the $100 fee to put a game on Valve's store, research estimates. What I really wanted to talk about with this in mention is that a lot of people want to make video games. A lot of people want to be successful making video games, but I just don't feel as though people are sometimes realistic when you're making a video game or what the economics are of making a video game. Because I think sometimes games aren't acknowledging that they're going to have to include microtransactions in their game. Some of the times they don't acknowledge that if they really want to be able to make their dream a reality, they have to monetize their consumers. And I think it's funny that I think everybody just hates capitalism in every possible way, but sometimes I don't think people acknowledge that, you know, there's just pros and cons to it, man. Like there's some good shit about it, there's some shitty shit about it. What it comes to these video games is that the fact that over 5,000 games released doesn't necessarily mean that all of them were intended with the intent of making money. But even if you take out 1,000 games out of that, 4,000 games, they didn't make it. They just didn't make it. So here we are, really, to have this conversation and state that in the gaming industry right now, there's a big boom for indie games. A lot of people are playing a lot of new games that are being developed by small businesses. So the possibility of that success is that much more appealing. So 4,000 games being released, because like I said, I'm assuming that 1,000 aren't necessarily being done for profit. They could just be done just as a test or just seeing if you could put something on Steam. So even if you say 4,000, that's a lot. It's a massive amount of people that are trying to put out games and failing. And I think it's a lot of things and indicative of a lot of games that we've talked about recently, such as Supervive. We've talked about Stormgate. These are I wouldn't say triple A, but they're mid-sized games or game studios that are not succeeding. And it's gonna keep happening. It's just a question of how far is it going to go that indie devs are going to try as hard as they can to be able to monetize their passion, because it is. And I constantly tell people that the reason that a lot of game developers are actually getting paid less than if you were to just work any other job in tech where you're working the same position but you're working in a different subcategory of tech, you'd be making so much more. The reason for that is that there's this thing called the gaming tax or the video game industry tax, where basically you take a pay cut or potential pay cut because you're going to work in a video game. That's so exciting. Oh my God, congratulations. Here's a pay cut. You're going to get paid less and you're going to work more hours, and I need you to get it done by Friday. So, and it's true. Will you work more for your passion? Yes. Okay. Will you get paid? Will you take a lesser pay? Yes. Why will you take a lesser pay? Because there's more people willing to compete for that exact gaming position that you are. So just take that into account. A lot of games are failing. And if you want to work in the video game industry, just be aware you're going to make less money. But does that mean, okay, I'm never going to make a game because Innovate Roberts said, don't bother, you're not going to make it? No. No, 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 no. What I will always recommend people is to always just do shit and then see what works and what doesn't. Hey, we're posting videos every day as an example. And it's just exciting to always be improving, but you cannot always be improving in life or in making games until you've posted something and said, okay, this is my game. This is how good I am. This is how capable I am at being of it. But if you don't keep making games and keep getting feedback from making those games or making a product that is similar to it, you will never know how to improve it, or you will never have that opportunity to chase your passion. And yes, some of you watching this will say, yes, of course I'll take a pay cut because I want to just make games. And that's okay. That's normal. That's okay. You can do whatever you want with your life. I'm just letting you know and telling you to be aware of what it is that you're walking into. Other than that, short talk, Thank you for listening. Bye.